What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. Today's main headline story is that FSG's chief executive Sam Kennedy has admitted that Liverpool need massive investment if they want to remain competitive in the Premier League, because the Premier League had incredible investment over the years. Chelsea, then Man City, and now Newcastle have mega rich owners. Man United, Arsenal are spending huge amount of money. So Liverpool have to keep spending huge amounts of money if they want to remain competitive. And let me know, how do you see Liverpool's transfer window so far? I think we should judge Liverpool's transfer business when, of course, the transfer window is finished, but I feel that we absolutely have to get in the two midfield replacements before even the Premier League starts, because if we go into the Chelsea game without a proper defensive midfielder, that will be less than ideal. Jurgen Klopp has to be given the right tools to try and mount the title challenge. That's how I feel, but let me know your feelings in the comments below. And let's hear first from FSG's chief executive Sam Kennedy, who admitted that the English top flight, the Premier League, has become fiercely, insanely competitive. Last season was the most competitive season ever, and this season that is coming up is going to be even more competitive, because Aston Villa and Newcastle and clubs who were mid-table or fighting against relegation, they are strengthening and investing massively. So these clubs, these franchises, the FSG chief executive Sam Kennedy said they need massive investment. Are we disciplined? Do we try to be disciplined? Yes, of course, because we need to spend at the player development area and on free agents, on transfers when it comes to global football. Part of FSG's secret sauce is investing into assets that our fans care passionately about so that we can win, but also invest in their venues. The beauty of FSG is that we feel we can do it all, as long as the growth opportunities fit our overarching criteria, which are of course blue chip in nature, great opportunities to either restore, rebuild or enhance a venue, that we feel that FSG can be additive and add more value, then it's something that we will look at. So that's why they expanded Anfield instead of going to a new stadium, and I think that was ultimately the right decision, and they did that with Fenway Park in Boston as well. Liverpool have won all the trophies there is to win under FSG, so if you just look at that, you see that Liverpool have been successful under these owners. But with just a little bit more investment, I think Liverpool would have won a lot more trophies, because we missed out twice on the Premier League title by 1 point. We lost 2 Champions League finals under Jurgen Klopp. But now that Liverpool will have a 61,000 seater stadium, when FSG took over it was 45,000. That is a massive increase, and Liverpool now are not burdened by expanding the stadium or building a new training ground. We have already done that. So now all the funds that Liverpool generate should be spent by the club on new transfers. The owners have no excuses not to strengthen the team, because Liverpool had 3 Champions League finals in 5 years. We have been 6 years in a row in the Champions League. Arsenal haven't been in the Champions League for 5 seasons, yet they are spending £200 million this summer. They spent £200 million last summer as well. And as the FSG chief executive said, any significant investment needs to be made with the biggest consideration, so Liverpool's long-term sustainability isn't compromised, because sooner or later FSG will either get a minority investor or they will sell the club completely. And I don't have a problem with this self-sustaining model. It's just that Liverpool probably want to appear as a club who don't have a lot of money in the eyes of other clubs, so they are not asking for ridiculous transfer fees. But when it comes to replacing Fabinho and Henderson, Liverpool absolutely have to find the best possible replacements, and there is already a very long shortlist. Sofian Amrabat, Ryan Gravenberch, Calvin Phillips, Roma Olavia, Moises Caicedo, Cheikh Doucouré, Aurélien Tchouameni, João Palhinha, and Khéphren Thuram. These are 9 potential midfield targets. If I was in charge of Liverpool, if we had the money, then I would go for Moises Caicedo for 80-85 million. And I think Liverpool have the money because we will earn around 55 to 60 million pounds from the sales of Fabinho and Jordan Henderson. But of course, signing somebody like Sangare and Lavia would be a great pair as well. Tchouameni, of course, would be the absolute dream transfer, but I don't think he's leaving Real Madrid after just 1 year there. Khéphren Thuram would be brilliant with Romeo Lavia as well. That would be around 85 to 90 million pounds in total cost as well. And Jose Enrique said this about the current situation. I think it will be a mistake for Liverpool to let Henderson go when they need to rebuild. It all depends on the backup options if they are going to sign. If Fabinho and Henderson both leave, who they bring in will determine whether or not it is a mistake to let them go. And it will be interesting to see if they go with Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott. I love them, but they are too young to get Liverpool competing for trophies again. But if they go into the market, they have to make sure they get the right replacements. I believe they need another player there anyway, because Bajcetic is just coming back from injury, and we will see how he does. I love him as a player, but after a big injury, you don't know if he's going to be the same. Hopefully he is going to be, and they definitely need another player there. I love Romeo Lavia from Southampton. Enrique continued. It depends on the transfer fee, but I love him because he's a Liverpool kind of signing. 19 years old, very young, energetic, lots of experience in the Premier League. Amrabat is in the same position, but it's a different signing for Liverpool because he's older. So I would rather go for someone like Gravenberch, for example. He's a very good option. If Liverpool let Fabinho go, then I would sign Romeo Lavia or Ryan Gravenberch. But that's the thing, they are a different profile of players. Jose Enrique maybe doesn't know this, but Gravenberch is not an out-and-out defensive midfielder. He's more of a box-to-box midfielder. So he's not the replacement for Fabinho, maybe for Henderson. Yes, but I think we need a specialist defensive midfielder to replace Fabinho. Somebody like Lavia or Sangare, or maybe Khéphren Thuram, but he's also a box-to-box midfielder. Recently, the Brighton manager came out and said that I spoke with Tony Bloom, the Brighton owner or chief executive, and he told me if the conditions don't change, Moises Caicedo stays at Brighton. For me, it should be great news because it is difficult to find another great player. If Moises Caicedo leaves, we have to find another player of the same level. I didn't give my word for nothing. We didn't speak about the next transfer window. At the moment, I've not received news that Caicedo can leave tomorrow or next week. I start next season with Caicedo in my head in the first 11 for sure. It looks like Chelsea was going to sign Caicedo, but that transfer is stalling. It's going very slowly. I don't know what the holdup is. At the moment, it doesn't look like Chelsea want to pay the asking price of Brighton, so maybe there is an opening for Liverpool to get in and try to get Moises Caicedo. Neil Jones also revealed that Cheikh Doucouré is a player that Liverpool are looking at, but Crystal Palace's ridiculous 70 million asking price will put Liverpool off for sure. He said, I think it's definitely a name Liverpool are looking at. Cheikh Doucouré is in the mix. He would be an interesting signing, as there will be questions about him on the ball. I think off the ball he would add a lot. The conversations I had with people were that he would be really good at stopping transitions and stopping that problem that was there last season with Liverpool being too easy to play through. Fabinho at his best was brilliant at that, and Liverpool definitely need a player who is young, energetic, and who can stop counterattacks. We need that kind of player who is quite big, tall, muscular, but he can also get about the pitch. And apparently, if Al Ittihad doesn't sign Fabinho, then Juventus are interested in signing Fabinho. Bayern Munich are interested. Why did I say Juventus? I don't know. So Bayern Munich are monitoring the Fabinho situation. According to Florian Plettenberg, Fabinho, who is close to joining Al Ittihad, but the transfer is not finalized yet. Fabinho already agreed terms, and both Fabinho and Henderson confirmed to Jurgen Klopp that they want to leave the club. So that's why I think that they will not stay, no matter even if Saudi Arabian clubs don't sign them, they will go elsewhere. Bayern Munich are aware of this deal between Al Ittihad and Liverpool, but if the deal falls through, Bayern Munich would be interested in signing Fabinho. He fits into the profile, and bosses have a top relation mentioned to his agent, Jorge Mendes. So Bayern Munich's hierarchy, of course, have very close ties to Jorge Mendes, the super agent that is representing Fabinho as well. And it looks like Bayern Munich realized that Fabinho would fit their team brilliantly. The big question is, would Bayern Munich pay 40 million for Fabinho? No chance. So I would prefer him to go to Al Ittihad, because I'm seeing that Liverpool need this money to rebuild their midfield further. Jurgen Klopp gave an interview to the official Liverpool TV station, and he said that what I would like to ask the Liverpool fans for is trust us. We feel really responsible for what is happening at Liverpool FC, and we will do absolutely everything to have a season in the best possible understanding. We will never forget, and that's the plan. So basically, Jurgen Klopp wants Liverpool to win a trophy or go to a final or make a very memorable title run in, because otherwise Liverpool fans won't remember the season as special. That's the standard. Liverpool have to either win a trophy or be in the title challenge or go to the final of the Europa League. I think Liverpool's main aim should be to finish minimum in the top 4, mount a title challenge, win the Europa League and win a trophy. So either the League Cup, the FA Cup or the Europa League. We have to win one of those 3 trophies. That should be the aim, and also to finish as high as possible in the Premier League. Of course, it all depends, I think, on Liverpool replacing Fabinho and Henderson with the right kind of players. That's the only way that Liverpool will challenge for the title. Jörg Schmatke has already confirmed that there are always players in Germany who are attractive to Liverpool. Then, in my experience in the market, is in demand, because of course I know a little bit how the other side is played, how the other side proceeds in negotiations. The German market is my home ground market, and of course it's easier for me, but it's not like we have now pointed all our telescopes at Germany. And if Manu Kone recovers in time, he could be another option, because he's more of a defensive midfielder than Kefren Turam, and Manu Kone was injured at the under-21 Euros, but because his recovery will last only 6 weeks, he could be back in time for the start of the Premier League season, or at least for the second or third game week. And there is a very good possibility that our next signing will come from Germany, and I as I said, I like Manu Kone the most from that league, but Ryan Gravenberch is not out of the question either. And Graham Souness, the former Liverpool legend who stepped down from his punditry role at Sky Sports, he said that I think Liverpool will succeed next season. And when I say succeed, come close to winning the Champions League or close to winning the Premier League. I'm not sure Graham Souness knows that Liverpool are not in the Champions League next season. Sadly, we are only in the Europa League, but hopefully we can win that trophy. The only way they can do that, Graham Souness said, is if they make good signings in midfield. When I look at Liverpool now, that's a team that's got a great goalkeeper, they've got a fabulous back four, and they've got the hardest thing of all, a lot of great goal scorers. There's just one part of the team, and I felt that it was the same last year, that the midfield wasn't good enough. So if Liverpool sign the right players in midfield, they can definitely mount a title challenge, and they can definitely have a go at winning one of the other trophies. But Liverpool, it's a crucial next few weeks. This is a crucial transfer window. I think we nailed it so far with McAllister and Szoboszlai for £95 million combined. That's great value in today's market. And Liverpool shouldn't only pay attention to players coming in, but also we should pay attention to the current players at Liverpool, who some of them, their contracts run out in 1 or 2 years. Matip and Thiago's contract runs out next summer. Van Dijk, Trent and Salah, they still have 2 years left, and I think we should extend all of their deals. Salah maybe feels that he will be able to ask for even more money given what he could earn in Saudi Arabia. And of course, this Saudi investment gives these players big leverage in the contract talks. But even before we talk with Salah, before we talk with Van Dijk, we should sit down and talk with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Imagine if Trent Alexander-Arnold was this good and playing for another team. Liverpool wouldn't be able to afford him. Liverpool wouldn't be able to spend 100 million on a right back who can play in midfield as well. So this is absolutely crucial that we extend Trent Alexander-Arnold's contract, and I think Trent wants to stay at Liverpool for his whole life, but Liverpool have to keep increasing his wages as he becomes better and better. And Pep Yinders in his book described Trent Alexander-Arnold as a future captain. But I think both Klopp and Yinders didn't expect that Liverpool would lose their captain this summer. I think Van Dijk will be first choice captain, but then it should be Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Salah. Those are still all captain material. And who knows, in maybe a few years, Dominic Szoboszlai could become the captain of Liverpool, even though he's not English. He's the captain of the Hungarian national team, and when he's 26, 27, 28, and hopefully still playing for Liverpool, he could become a leader as well. But I think we have great captains, great leaders in the Liverpool team. The captain of Scotland, Robertson, the captain of Hungary, Szoboszlai, the captain of the Netherlands, Van Dijk, the captain of Egypt, Mo Salah, and I think that those are great leaders. So even if Henderson leaves, we wouldn't have a problem with having leaders in the team. And that's it for today's video. Let me know what you think about all the topics that we discussed, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a lovely day. See you later. Goodbye.